Hi, Marianne here. It's Sunday, October 31st, last day of October, ready for a new month. Yes. Are you ready for a new month? You can comment below. How's it going? Well, let's see how I did last week. So I start my week on Sunday. My weigh-in day is Sunday. So Sunday, October 24th, I used 21 of my dailies, and that left me with 2 to roll over. But they're not rolling over for whatever reason while I'm doing this video. Maybe it's something to do with the new plan. I hope not, because I know we get weeklies, right? I don't know. I haven't seen it. Oh, any help? Australia? Anyway, so that should say 37. I'm going to have to keep it in my head as I go. Okay, so good day. I didn't use any weeklies. I didn't use all my points, but I'm pretty sure I was satisfied because I didn't have any problems this week, really. Whoops, go back. Okay, so this should say 37. I'm on Monday. Monday I used 21 points again, just like Sunday, with 2 remaining. So we need to add 4 to this. That would give me 39 on Tuesday. So Tuesday, this should say 39. I only used 16 of my dailies. 7 left over. I get to roll over 4 points. So that should be 43 going into Wednesday. Wednesday I used 26. So I went 3 over. So this should say 40. So I still have 40 left going into Thursday. Thursday I used 23. So we're still at 40 remaining. Friday I used 28. So I went 5 over, so that put me back at 35 remaining. Well, maybe it's just not going back to my it's just keeping how I ended up the week as my 35 remaining, because that's how I ended on Saturday, because Saturday I only used 19 points. These 4 don't roll over because I weigh in on Sunday, so I ended with what I started with, 35 weeklies. So I did use some, and I did have some days that I didn't use any. So how was my activity? That's today. Let's go back to yesterday. Okay, so look at you go. 35 of 34 fit points. So, yes. And I also entered a challenge on Monday, which ended today. So I got the something with activity thing. It's in my phone. It's not on here. I'm on my computer. Because if you add the 395, and I have till midnight tonight to get to 420, and I did it because you're going to add 75 to that. So I went about 300. I'm not going to add it up. I went over 320. I only needed 20 minutes. Excuse me. I only needed 25 minutes, so I went 50 minutes over, almost an hour over it for the badge that I got. So I got one of those badges. Cool. So let's go back to, I earned 35. On the way I look at it, if I use my weeklies, I kind of want to, the way I look at it is I kind of want to have earned the weeklies with my fit points. So that's how I look at weeklies, which I've explained before, and I'm sure, you know, the days where I've gone negative weeklies, I have not earned those, but I earned them this week. So that's because I'm in weight loss mode. I'm living my lifestyle this way. My lifestyle is going to be when I'm maintaining. I am changing my lifestyle while I'm in my diet mode, but I want to lose weight right now. I'm not trying to maintain weight. I'm trying to lose weight. And if I have a week where I screw up, I'm just trying to get back on track the next week. Last week, I gained 0.3, but I had gotten my second Jabberwocky and I got into the Tootsie Rolls. So that's what happened. Well, how did I do this week? I weighed in this morning at 192 pounds. Yes, I want to get into the 180s, but it didn't happen. But this week, I was down 1.4 for a total of 19.6 pounds since I got back on in July, and I'll explain that. My since start is going to be different. If we go back to 2017 in Thanksgiving week, if we go since start, it's only going to be minus 11.2 since that start date. But I've been on and off and on the Weight Watchers for the past few years because life just was getting in the way, and I didn't have take care of me time. It was pretty scattered. And right now I'm in a window of where I can focus on me, and I'm not having to worry about anybody else's health right now or anybody else's problems. Right now I'm in a good window where I can focus on myself. So that's what I'm doing. And hopefully I'll lose enough before something else, some other shoe drops and I have to run and go do something else. That's why I'm on it. And yeah, I guess we're supposed to change plans next week. But, you know, I'm going in with a loss, so I'm happy about that. But I want to show you a little bit. When I joined back in, I remember my first week was Thanksgiving week of 2017. Yeah. They actually put in here, they've changed it to 211.6 as my starting weight back in November. That's weird. This whole thing's all whacked up. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I started in November of 2017, and that was the Smart Points program. I just went looking, and I still have my little book. Meet your plan. So we're going to be meeting another plan, huh? So this was the Smart Points, and I believe I started with 30 Smart Points. So it's like the green plan. How appropriate that the book is green, right? But anyway, that's the green plan pretty much as we know today. And then I think it was in January. Went in January, and I was losing weight. And I mean, in January, I was down to 180.8. So I had lost almost 25 pounds already in a couple months. And I mean, I was really gung-ho. I was going for it. I was in a weight loss. I think my car broke down the first week, so I had to walk to work and walk home. I didn't rent a car or anything. I hustled, and I lost weight. But what happened? We started another plan. I had just joined. So for those of you just now joining WW, and oh my gosh, we're going to start a new plan already. Well, that happened to me. I didn't know it was going to happen, but it happened. So that was the freestyle, which is more or less the blue plan that I'm on now, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm going to say the freestyle, they actually had one of the little weeklies that said how to make the most of 0 point foods. So I'm gonna look this over, and maybe I'll do a video on that. That's the blue plan. So then I quit again. What happened? I was going along. I was still losing. I got down to like 166 pounds, I think. Yeah, 160. Oh, I got down to 165 pounds by June 24th of 2018. So I was only 25 pounds away from my goal weight. Now, I set my goal weight at 140 because I weigh in. I was going to meetings and weighing in my shoes and clothes and everything. So I wanted a little 5-pound buffer because I really like to just weigh 135 in the buff. So. But after that, things just started going awry, and I started gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining all the way to the end of 2018. So, and I still was gaining, and I was still on Weight Watchers, but I was just gaining. I just gained until all the way through November of 2019. And so in November, I think it was Thanksgiving week, I was 189.4. So I just quit because I was paying for something and I wasn't using it, apparently. I don't remember all that went on. I'm sure it had a lot to do with I was doing a lot of traveling back and forth to another county, going to take my mom out. We had a good time. And I remember I was trying to eat good. I would take her to the Sizzler, or we go get a cheeseburger. She liked to go get a cheeseburger. And then I would just screw up on the way home and get like Big Macs and stuff. That was on me. And I enjoyed every minute of those months of going to take my mom out to lunch. I enjoyed it. But I was just working a lot at work, and the stress at work. What I found out since I retired is the stress at work is what was really holding me down, because I was just miserable. I did not like my job, and I used to like it, but the last few years I just didn't want to be there. So I finally gave up and retired, and I still have to go look for a part-time job because I still want to save some more money, and I don't want to just sit here at home all the time. So part-time job, and then volunteer work somewhere to just to stay busy. But right now I'm in diet mode, and I'm focusing on taking this window of time, like I said before, that I don't have to be stressed out with other stuff, where I can take care of this. And when I get it off, I want to keep it off. I do not want to gain it all back like I did. So I went back on in April of 2020, and we were on... Where's the other book? We were on, hang on a second. I even have the book where it changed to WW. Welcome to WW Wellness That Works. So, yeah, I have that. But then I went back in April of 2020, and I got the My WW. So this book is gold, because this has green, blue, and purple plan. So I have that. So I have my resources in case things don't work out on the new one, but we'll see. I'm not going to give my 2 cents on that because I haven't done it yet. And so we're going to have to wait and see how all that works, and how the personal points work, and etc. and etc. So now we're back to, I tried it in May, June, July, October, November of 2020, and I still ended up the end of November at 195.2 pounds. It just wasn't working. I was staying in the 190s pretty consistently. And then I tried back in February of 2021, and I went down, I got down to 193 by March 13th. I retired March 31st, and I just quit again because I wasn't staying on the plan, and I didn't want to pay for something that I wasn't doing. I wasted a lot of money not doing the plan. So I got back on July 3rd, at 211.6 pounds. And I went up to 212.3 by July 10th. I wasn't totally committed when I signed up. I had a special deal where I got 3 months for $10 each. So that was a good price to try again. So I'm back. I've lost 19.6 pounds? Yeah, 19.6 pounds. So I'm losing. And I'm almost out of the 190s. I have to get out of the 190s. And I think today is when I pay for my next payment of WW. So I got a whole nother month to try the new plan. Almost. Before I decide if I stay, I'm on where I do meetings, but I haven't gone to an in-person meeting yet because I just finally got vaccinated. I'll be fully vaccinated like this coming Friday. I'm not going to jump into an in-person meeting next Sunday, even though it's my weigh-in day. My studio only has one meeting that day on Sundays. They have one meeting at 9 a.m. And so I'm not going to reserve and take somebody else's spot who's been going there regularly. When I go back to in-person meetings, it's going to be because I have a plan. Right now, the virtual ones are okay. The girl that I picked, she wasn't on today. I don't know what happened. It's not scheduled today, but the meeting I was on was pretty good. They didn't talk about the new plan or anything. We talked about the weekly, which was basically just going back and over everything that we went over this whole month. It was pretty much a review and reflect type of weekly. It's online now. You can look at it yourself. It's weekly technique. How to decode your eating patterns. Try this. Remember when you took those notes about your eating patterns earlier this month? Did you take notes? Use what you've written to explore what's working and change what isn't. So everything we went over, just prepare to explore. Get comfy for 10 minutes without distractions so you can really focus on what you wrote. Approach it with curiosity, knowing that this process is all about your self-care. And that's what I'm doing right now. Like I told you, I have this window of self-care that I have to myself right now, and I'm taking advantage of it. See what patterns pop out to you. What foods did you love? What snacks and meals gave you energy? Were there times you felt proud of yourself? What added sugar, hydration, or fiber swaps worked for you? So I'm going to tell you one that I did do. And that was, I bought bananas this last grocery haul. And the bananas were not big, large, gigantic bananas. They were a good, just regular medium serving. I don't even know if this is medium, but it's kind of small to medium. But they were yellow when I bought them, and I told my son, hey, I got bananas. Why don't you eat some of them so they don't go bad? Because I don't want to make banana bread, and I don't want to stick them in the freezer. But he didn't help me, so yesterday I still had 3 bananas, and they were already getting spotted brown. So they're ripe. They're good, but they're not overripe, but they're soft. They're not like, they're still good to eat on their own, but when they start getting soft like that, I like to not. I'd rather not. So yesterday I mashed one up, and I didn't mash it up. Excuse me. I didn't mash it up yesterday. I sliced it up and put it in the water with a little cinnamon to prepare to make my old-fashioned oats. So I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I can cook it like I do my apples. So I just put it in the water, and when the bananas and water came to the boil, I threw the old-fashioned oats in, mixed it up really good, and the bananas just melted throughout the oats. So it was pretty good. Excuse me. So I finished that, set it aside, and when I took it out, I took my maple butter. 1 teaspoon is 1 point. A half a teaspoon is 0 points. So I just put a half a teaspoon in there. So my oatmeal, 0 points. I had a little natural sugar added. I'm going to say it's natural sugar because the only thing in here is 100% pure organic Vermont maple syrup. So There's no added sugars. It's just plain old sugar. This is gonna have the fructose or whatever. I'm not an expert, but just no refined sugar, no processed sugar was put in there, and extra fiber. So I did sugar and fiber in one meal. So basically, it's just a review of how did you feel after with your spaces between meals and your food swaps and those kind of things. So if you didn't take notes, you can just click on the okay, when you click on the little Discovery tab down here, it's the little box. Click on that. It's going to bring you to Discover, right? So just click on See More WW Techniques, and that will take you to all the past weeklies. So you haven't lost the weeklies. They're still there. Get to know your eating patterns, what happens in your body when you eat and drink, ready to become sugar savvy, sweet, thirsty for a way to up your water intake, this can help, the food swap that can keep you feeling full, etc., etc. And then this goes back to the obstacles. So you can always go back and review and look at these at a later time. But I just wanted to share those few things with you. In the comments below, you can put what kind of food swaps you did and how did it go with you? Did you notice anything different about your eating patterns and so forth? And I guess I'm thinking if all the rumors are true, this is going to be my last week on the WW Blue. But I got my book here. I got my blue book. So I got all my 0 Point Foods lists. You can download the list. This is an easy card to tear out. But yeah, so if you're unsure and you want to keep your 0 Point Foods list, if you're thinking of switching to something else like iTrack Bites, I don't know. We haven't done the new plan yet, so I think we kind of got to give it a chance, see how it rolls, and let it roll out and just go with the flow. And I don't know. We'll find out. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Sunday. I hope I can get onto a virtual meeting. It's probably going to be packed. I did get locked out of a meeting this morning. I don't know why. She just locked it, and I got bounced out. I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything. I didn't even have my camera on. She couldn't have thought I was ugly. Anyway, well, the meeting I got into, I enjoyed, so it's okay. It's okay. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. And I gotta get things done. I still got dishes to wash and dinner to get ready. I think we're changing our clock back next weekend, too, so I gotta kind of double check on that. Extra hour of sleep. Anyway, see you next time. Thanks for watching.